Johnny Damon describes his team as a bunch of idiots. Red Sox simply looking silly. Saturday night, top one with one on. It's Hideki Matsui taking Bronson Arroyo for a ride. Matsui 5 for 6, 2 jacks, drove in 5, tying an LCS record. Yankees up 3-0. Bottom two with one on. It's Trot Nixon. Just a little crush off of Kevin Brown. Sox pull within one. Johnny Damon with a man on second, still looking for his first hit of the series. Little ground ball off of John Olerud's glove. Bill Miller plates. We're tied at 3. Damon will take second on a throw home. 2 batters later, it's Manny Ramirez. To Jeter. He boots it. Damon plates. Second error of this postseason for DJ, and the Red Sox have their first lead in the ALCS 4-3. It wouldn't last in the third inning. It's Alex Rodriguez off of Arroyo, his second homer of the postseason. We're tied at 4. New pitcher Ramiro Mendoza. Bernie Williams with 2 on. That'll drop. Damon can't get there. Gary Sheffield scores. Yankees up 5-4. Bottom 3. Red Sox come back. They're loaded for Orlando Cabrera. He lines one to right off Javier Vasquez. Chef can't get there. Dale Swain. Why? He's waving everybody. Jason Varitek, Kevin Millar, but Bill Miller tagged out. We're tied at 6. Top 4, that's the count. Sheffield against new pitcher Kurt Leskonic. Woo, happy to see him is Chef. Can you say MVP? 4 for 5, 4 RBI. Yankees up 9-6. Top 7, the beatdown is officially on with 2 on. It's Bernie Williams off of Alan Embry. Damon efforting. He can't get there. Williams, number 1 in LCS history in hits, RBI, and extra base hits. Yankees plate 19, the most in franchise postseason history, as they double up the Red Sox. 19-8 is the final. The Yankees with their first 6-game postseason win streak since October of 1999. Bombers go for the sweep Sunday. Orlando Hernandez against Derek Lowe. New York improving to 27-10 in ALCS games on Joe Torre's watch. But even Torre couldn't believe this one.
When you have 2 days off, I don't like one day off, and you have 2 days off, you never really know what to expect. But they had a lot of determination tonight. Not that always works, but everybody just. You saw it. I can't explain it. You don't teach anybody that stuff. It has to come from within.
Have you ever seen anything like the first 4 guys in this lineup all getting hot together at the same time?
It's the right time to do it. We had, Giambi out of the lineup, and we've been moving guys around in the lineup, but now since we got to the playoff, it's a set lineup, and it's been working.
Tomorrow's going to come real quick, and we got to try to win tomorrow. I sat in that dugout for a lot of wins this year and took the smiles and the laughs and everything, and you have to sit through a night like tonight. I won't bail on those guys. We'll show up tomorrow and play.
Well, taking a look at some of the notable records that fell in Saturday's Game 3. In the longest 9-inning postseason game ever, 4 hours, 20 minutes, Yankees and Red Sox combined for 37 hits, 20 extra base hits, both Major League postseason records. 2 of the biggest offensive stars, Alex Rodriguez and Hideki Matsui, both tying the Major League postseason mark with 5 runs each.
The curse of the Bambino. Game 4, Yanks with a chance to sweep. El Duque against Derek Lowe. Yeah, making it or they are it. No score. 3rd inning, Derek Jeter in first. Booyah! Alex Rodriguez, 2nd homer in 2 nights, 6th career postseason homer. Yankees go up 2-0. Yeah, Theo. Yeah. Bottom 5, 2-1 Yankees, bases loaded. David Ortiz about to do some raking to right center. Off El Duque. Johnny Damon, Orlando Cabrera score. Both Sox lead 3-2. Before that, Boston had only led 2 of 31 innings in the series. Top 6, Hideki Matsui. Godzilla's been stupid good. He's already the only guy ever with 2 5 RBI games in one postseason series. Now he's the only guy ever with 8 extra base hits in one postseason series. Triples. Woo! Next batter, Bernie Williams. Hits a chopper. Cabrera cannot handle it. Matsui scored. We're tied at 3. Derek Lowe had been replaced by Mike Timlin. Later in the inning, runners at the corners. Tony Clark subbing for the injured John Olerud. Mark Bellhorn can't come up with it. Posada scores. Yanks up 4-3. Bottom 9 after Dave Roberts stole second. Bill Miller against Mariano Rivera. No outs. Miller hit it wicked high. At least wicked hot enough. Roberts scores. Mariano Rivera's first blown save in 11 career LCS appearances. We're tied at 4. Later in the inning, runners at the corners. Rivera schools Cabrera. 2 batters later, bases loaded. Gets Ortiz to pop out. 3 outs, extra innings. We go to tied at 4. Remember, the Yankees had won 19 straight LCS games in which Rivera had appeared. Top 11, Miguel Cairo in second, Alan Embry against A-Rod, Cabrera, Hating. Yankees trying to go to their 40th World Series. Same inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. Bernie Williams flies out to center. Red Sox get out of a jam. 12th inning. Ramirez on first. David Ortiz, holla at your boy.
Swing, and there's a shot. Deep to right. Sheffield back. That ball is gone. A home run. It's all over the Red Sox. I'm still breathing.
There have been 4 Boston Red Sox walk-off homers in their postseason history. David Ortiz has 2 of them. In fact, he did the other one last week. The Red Sox celebrate like they've won the World Series, which you might think is a little bit of overkill, but considering what they were facing, considering the way they had just been manhandled, especially in Game 3, crucial for their psyche, as well as their chance to get this thing done. Red Sox win the game 6-4. The 12 innings ties an ALCS record, the 5 hours and 2 minutes longest game in ALCS history. The man, the Mac Daddy of the early morning hour, David Ortiz.
We gotta try hard because they don't give it the chance. I mean, we 3-1 right now. We never know what can happen, but we're gonna keep playing again.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It's 3-1. We set out today to win. That was our only objective, and somehow we did. This is the time of year where we can rest later. They can rest later. It'll be all right.
You know, momentum is easily changed in a short series, and there's not much you can do about it. You just have to make sure that when we go out there for the next game, that we can't carry this baggage with us.
You hear that?
Yeah.
It's life.
Mm-hmm. At least for now.
At least for now.
Hey, you never know. Until as our researcher Dave Carabello says, until the final out of the final game, they have a chance.
Thank you, DC. David Ortiz, first player in baseball history to hit 2 walk-off home runs in the same postseason, which is great news for Boston. And in case David Carabello and his brother want some more, there's this.
Terry, how did Schilling's session go today? You mentioned he might go in Game 6.
No, he is. I just meant we had to get to Game 6. He's the pitcher. He did great.
Through this afternoon?
Yeah, he did very well.
Right, next
That's, as far as I'm concerned, it's not an issue. We just got to get to Game 6.
5 at Fenway, down 3 games to 1. Mike Messina on the hill for the Yanks and struggling early. Runners at the corners. 1 out for Game 4 hero David Ortiz. That'll bring in Orlando Cabrera. It's 1-0 Boston. So now 2 out, bags full for switch hitting Jason Varitek, who's been awful batting lefty against Messina. Turned himself around to bat righty, and he walks in a run. Ortiz comes in to score 2-0 Boston, Joe Torre. Top of the 3rd, A-Rod in the box against Pedro Martinez. Gets under it opposite way. Looks like he's got something, but Trot Nixon has other ideas. A beautiful sliding catch. A-Rod's like, did he really catch that? I don't believe that. Pedro pumped up for his teammate. Top of the 6th, still 2-1 Sox. Bags full, 2 out. Pedro's 100th pitch. You got to start counting it now. Derek Jeter down the line. He was hitless up to that point, and you knew he was going to come through with a big hit. Clears the bases. They were all full, and suddenly it was the Yankees now up 4-2 as Matsui celebrates, and Jeter, well, he's got to be fired up because he is contributing. Tremendous. Take another look at the tremendous slide from Miguel Cairo. That was the key because the throw actually beat him, but it was the slide that got in there safely. It's a close call, but he was in. Next batter, Pedro. Oh, making a statement, hits A-Rod on the elbow. Terry Francona now debating, should I pull him, should I not? Remember this from last year with Grady Little. It's a mess. 2 batters later, so Hideki Matsui, he's robbed by Nixon. That could have broken the game open. Pedro done after 6 and 111 pitches. Mariano Rivera warming up, still 4-2. David Ortiz off of Tom Gordon. Again, it's Big Poppy making this interesting. We got a 4-3 game. Ortiz's second homer of the series. Now Rivera is in, facing Jason Varitek, batting left-handed, runners on the corners. And Varitek's got to get this deep to drive in that run at third. And Jason does just that. That'll be deep enough to score. Boston's favorite pinch runner, Dave Roberts, we're tied at 4. Top of the 9th, here comes their great closer, Keith Folk, facing Tony Clark with Sierra on first. Clark, down the line this goes, and the Red Sox get a break when this takes a Red Sox bounce into the crowd. That held Sierra at third. He would have scored. Next batter, Cairo. Pops it up, foul ground, and no problem. The game goes to extra innings. So what else is new? Tied at 4. 10th inning. Game 3 starter Bronson Arroyo, who was a mess in Game 3 as a starter, was awesome in relief, striking out A-Rod. Next batter for Arroyo, struck out Sheffield swinging. We go to the bottom of the 11th now. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Johnny Damon. You think maybe, he can't get a hit, but can he bunt? No, he couldn't even do that. Frustrating Red Sox fans. Posada makes the play. That was it for Quantrill. Esteban Loaiza, not impressive as a starter, comes out of the pen for the Yankees and was impressive here, inducing Orlando Cabrera to ground into the 6-4-3 double play. Loaiza out of the jam. Cabrera very frustrated because we're still tied at 4 through 11. Top of the 13th, Tim Wakefield pitching. Matsui on third, Posada on second. Ruben Sierra so dangerous, but Wake gets him. Tied at 4 through 13 now. Bottom 14 after 1, 2, 3. Ortiz up with runners on first and second, 2 out. We flash back, 1:23 a.m. Eastern Monday. We remember what Big Poppy did, winning the game, keeping the Red Sox hopes alive by taking Game 4. Back to Game 5. Ortiz turns on this thing. It's deep enough, but it's foul. Take another look. Watch Ortiz with a little lean, trying to wish it fair. Wasn't to be. So later in the at-bat, the 471st pitch of the night.
Swing and he muscles one. Shallow center. Base hit. And here comes Damon to win it. The Red Sox are going to New York for a Game 6. And David Ortiz does it again.
The Red Sox alive and well thanks to David Ortiz with his 3rd walk-off hit of the postseason. Nobody has that many in his career. You saw Curt Schilling. He's the scheduled Game 6 starter for Boston. Who would have thought that? And what can you say about this Red Sox bullpen? They pitch 8 innings of shutout relief, allowing just 5 hits and striking out 10. The Yankees left 18 on base. That's a team postseason record. The Red Sox halfway there to doing something that's never been done before.
I was pleased for our ball club. I mean, we used basically everybody. I mean, to get shutout innings out of your bullpen for that length of time, it was unbelievable performance. Wakefield right in the middle of it. I mean, the last inning, he was on fumes.
Each game is a series in itself, and I think obviously these last 2 games have proven that. These ball clubs have, both wanted badly, and yeah, they're going to keep battling right until somebody, winds up going beyond.
Breaking down Game 5, the clubs combined to use 14 pitchers and stranded 30 runners. The game lasted 5 hours and 49 minutes, making it the longest game by time in postseason history. Game 6 in New York, Curt Schilling wearing a new shoe to protect his ankle and correct what happened to him in Game 1 against John Lieber. With more on Game 5, our Baseball Tonight trio of Carl Ravitch, John Kruk, and Harold Reynolds.